But I want to go back to the royal scandals now, Sophie, and these revelations that the former Prince Andrew used to have prostitutes coming to Buckingham Palace.
In addition to controversies, there's this recent revelation. During a taxpayer-funded trip to Thailand, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the former Duke of York, allegedly participated in one of the most startling instances of royal misconduct ever reported. This was not diplomacy, according to royal historian Andrew Lai. It was royal-scale gluttony. If accurate, 40 women, an opulent hotel, and a week could be the most egregious misappropriation of public funds by any contemporary king. One question still needs to be answered when the palace finally takes decisive action and the walls close in. How did Andrew get to this point? And what remains concealed behind those walls of the palace? Andrew's reputation has completely collapsed after he was once hailed as a queen's favorite son. Even the magnificence of Royal Lodge, his expansive 30-room Windsor estate, is now in jeopardy as his royal duties and honors have been revoked. However, historian Andrew Lowy claims that the narrative dates back several decades, to 2001, when Andrew was initially chosen as the UK's trade ambassador. He was 41 years old, well off, and, according to Lai, going through a midlife crisis. The former prince allegedly viewed his position as a ticket to extravagance rather than devoting himself to public duty. The most shocking accusations relate to Andrew's travel to Thailand when he was present at the Thai king's birthday festivities. The entire cost of this official tour came from British taxpayers. However, Lai said on the Daily Mail's in-depth podcast that Andrew insisted on staying at an opulent 5-star hotel instead of the embassy. He presumably followed this pattern on almost all of his travels, adding 2 full weeks of private time to his official agenda. Then the startling information was revealed. According to Lowy, 40 ladies were paid to spend just 4 days in Andrew's hotel suite. He claims that it has been confirmed by several people, including a member of the Thai royal family and a Reuters reporter.
And now there's these allegations that he had prostitutes in at Buckingham Palace and that his late mother did know about it. And these reports emerged from the author of the new book entitled Andrew Lowry, a British author and historian who I spoke to in detail.
Lowry claimed that Andrew had no moral limits. He had a complete sense of entitlement. He allegedly exploited his position as a trade ambassador for his own amusement and financial gain rather than the good of Britain. He allegedly combined economic transactions with personal interests while traveling for the government, all under the pretense of official diplomacy. Apparently, Charles, the Prince of Wales at the time, had cautioned against initially assigning Andrew to the position. He'll just play golf and pursue women, he reasoned, and history seems to indicate that he was correct. The most unsettling thing, according to Lowy, is that royal employees, aides, and diplomats were either too scared or too devoted to stop Andrew's actions. He had a reputation for being irascible, demanding, and completely unreceptive to the word no. According to those who worked under him at the time, he believed that holding public office was a personal privilege, one who made it difficult to distinguish between self-interest and public service. Additionally, he allegedly took advantage of every regal privilege that came with his position behind closed doors. However, the scandal extended beyond personal excess. Lai claims that Andrew exploited his role as a trade ambassador to further his own and his close allies' financial interests. According to reports, one businessman, David Rollins, benefited from Andrew's access, obtaining meetings and even a Middle Eastern banking license as a result of Andrew's involvement. Government archives still have documents that describe these travels and transactions.
Teddy bears. He has like 40 teddy bears that have to be assembled and arranged perfectly. Staff are given a chart to arrange Prince Andrew's teddy bears on his bed every day. So there's quirky stuff, but there's also just stuff in there about how, especially in recent years since he's left the royal family, that he takes it out on staff because he is in isolation. He is in this sprawling...
It's a conspiracy of silence, according to Lowy. Files that are still sealed but ought to have been made public years ago. And the questions get louder the longer they remain hidden. The palace worked to limit the damage for years. Quiet warnings, short-term suspensions, and feeble attempts to keep Andrew out of the spotlight were all part of the process. However, things have changed since then. In a decisive move, King Charles has officially ordered Andrew to leave Royal Lodge and stripped him of his last royal honors. He indulged in other things besides a vacation to Thailand. Staff observed a constant stream of paid prostitutes being carried straight to Andrew's top-floor hotel suite during his 2010 taxpayer-funded trip to Hong Kong. The claims are all the more explosive because of Andrew's official role, the public nature of the visit, and the fact that British taxpayers were footing a large portion of the bill, even though anything involving organized procurement is technically legal in Hong Kong. Andrew's hectic itinerary of business meetings, bank visits, and high society dinners around Hong Kong and mainland China in the weeks prior to and following the claimed occurrence are confirmed by the court circular. However, aides interviewed for books and videos claim that his private behavior was a well-kept secret behind the scenes. The larger pattern that these accusations fit within makes them much more harmful. Lai presents an image of a guy motivated more by compulsive sexual habits than by diplomatic focus, and former employees have long recalled a rotating door of women visiting his rooms on international visits. The scrutiny is only increased by the financial aspect. According to investigators, Andrew spent around £4 million on travel and lodging during his 10 years representing the UK overseas, with some individual journeys costing more than £90,000. In light of this, allegations of dubious connections with influential people in China present a very unsettling picture of a senior royal using official overseas missions as personal playgrounds, with the general public footing the bill. What now? According to people close to the palace, Andrew is holding on to what little he still has. Refusing to acknowledge that the monarchy has moved on without him, he remains obstinate. According to reports, he spends his days alone, solitary, and further disconnected from reality. According to one insider, he has spent the entire day playing video games while locked up in Royal Lodge. Friends claim he is resentful and holds everyone else responsible for his demise. However, Andrew's days of protection are finished since the monarch has run out of patience. There won't be any more cover-ups, secret agreements, or preferential treatment. A man whose entitlement and conceit eventually overtook him. However, the controversy itself isn't the most terrifying aspect of this tale. It's the quiet, because this didn't occur in a Hoover, according to Lowy. It was a part of a larger culture of extravagance, secrecy, and unbridled privilege that no one dared to challenge. In the near future, more bombshells might be dropped. The monarchy must demonstrate that even its most privileged members are subject to accountability if it hopes to endure in this day and age. Public service, royal romance, and ceremonial obligation are no longer central to Andrew's story. It's about a man who thought he was exempt from the rules and a system that allowed him to think that for far too long. On the international scene, he once represented Britain. He now stands for everything that the monarchy must abandon if it is to survive at all. Respect has already been lost, the title is gone, and the house comes next. This is hardly a setback for royalty. It's the whole destruction of a legacy. What do you think? Then, was it inevitable that Andrew would fail? Should the palace reveal the whole truth by opening the trade envoy files? And does he deserve to be a part of royal life once more in light of what we've learnt? Please share your opinions in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe, like, and share.